Good morning, second graders. Ms. Garcia here. Today we are going to begin working in our English Language Arts curriculum. Very exciting today. We are finally going to start learning about second grade standards and skills. Our curriculum is called HMH Into Reading, and I think you're going to love it. It has a lot of interesting and fun lessons. Our first module, and that's just a fancy word for unit, is called Be a Super Citizen. So in this module, we are going to learn about doing the right thing, telling the truth, respecting the needs of others, and being kind. Well, how are we going to do that? We're going to read lots of stories. We are going to learn and use and practice reading strategies to help us to become the best readers that we can be. We're going to write about being a super citizen. And in with all that, we're also going to learn new vocabulary, spelling words, and work on a lot of grammar skills. So let's get started with week 1. Every week of a module will have new questions that we're going to answer. This lesson, the questions we're going to get started with are, what does citizenship mean? What is a citizen? So to help us get started with that, we are going to look at what is called a knowledge map. A knowledge map is a graphic organizer. So graphic organizer, graphic means something we can look at. Organizer means something that helps us to organize information. So it's a type of chart that helps us to make information easier to understand. So when we look at a knowledge map, this type of graphic organizer, and I just realized I have a typo in there. Oops. We start with the word in the middle of the knowledge map. The word in the middle of this knowledge map is citizenship. So then we work our way out from there. We start with the word in the middle, and then we look at all the words that are connected to that word. So citizenship is in the middle, and then it's got little arms that reach out to other words. And then those words have dashed lines that reach out to other words. So it just keeps branching out. So we have citizen, super citizen, some ways we can be a super citizen. We can say, I help, I care, I join, I share. Making a difference is a part of citizenship. You can make a difference when you follow rules, when you're kind, when you vote, right? So when your parents are voting in the elections that are coming up, when you do your best, when you get involved, you can make a difference. Community. This is going to be a very important word for us this year. Communities can be your classroom, your grade, your school, your home, your city, your town, your country, your state. Your neighborhood can even be a community. And all of those revolve around citizenship. So another piece of what we're going to be learning about this week and also in this entire module is how to have a learning mindset. So as we go through our school year, we'll learn about different pieces of what is on this chart. The first one we're going to learn about is belonging. A sense of belonging makes us feel like we are connected, supported, and respected by those around us. So when we feel like we belong, especially when we're talking about school, it's easier for us to learn in that environment if we feel like we belong. Citizenship and belonging go hand in hand together because citizenship has to do with belonging to a community. Remember when I said community was going to be an important word for us? So being a citizen means that you belong to a community. We have a classroom community that we're building. Each of us is a citizen in our classroom community. We have a school community that we're building, and we're all a citizen of that school community as well. And being a citizen means that we are all important to our community. So we are important to our classroom community, our school community, our neighborhood community, our city, our town communities. So that's how belonging and citizenship go together. We are going to be talking in this first module in this week 1 about being a super citizen. So there's a quote down at the bottom that I want you to have a look at. It says, "You've got to give more than you take." I'll read it again. You've got to give more than you take. And that is an important quote from someone named Christopher Reeve. You may know a little about Christopher Reeve. He was an actor that played Superman in the earlier Superman movies. What do you think that quote means? So let's think about belonging. Let's think about being a citizen, being a part of a community, a group of people in a community, giving more than we take. Take a few seconds to think on that. Well, I think it's important when you are a citizen or a member, you belong to a community, or even in your own family, your family community, to always give more than you take, to always do more for others than you take from others, right? Always put more out there, more positive, and more giving out than you take. So each of our modules is going to have what's called an essential question. What does essential mean? Essential means important, very important. So an essential question is going to be a very important question. It's going to be important to everything that we're going to be learning about in this module. So our essential question for this week, how can being a good citizen make a difference to others? So when we are a good citizen, how can that make a difference to others? How can that make things better or more positive for others? So we're going to watch a video. It's kind of like a little comic book video, Super Citizen. And then watching that video, we're going to talk about some points at the end. And this is going to help us to begin to answer this question.
Super Citizens. And now they're off to the...
Oops, I'm sorry.
It's time for Super Citizen. Our story begins on what seems like an ordinary summer day. Leon and his little sister Carly are all set to go to the city pool, when suddenly their grandmother needs help. She says they must stop at the community garden. If their plants don't get water and care today, they will die. But wait, what's that smell?
Ew!
The mysterious odor is coming from Grandma's bucket. It's garbage she's bringing for composting. She explains that mixing veggie scraps with leaves and worms turns them into compost. That's healthy food for plants. But the bucket is heavy. Leon helps his grandmother, and so does Carly. And just like that, Leon and Carly start to become super citizens. On the way to the garden, Leon finishes his water and tosses the plastic bottle into the trash. Carly moves the bottle over to the recycling bin. Every bit of recycling makes a difference. Another way to be a super citizen. Grandma's friend is setting up the charity table, where garden vegetables will be given away to people in need. Leon lends a hand. A super citizen move for sure. The kids help their grandmother mix compost, pull weeds, water all the plants, and pick tomatoes, peppers, and cucumbers. As they leave the garden, Leon and Carly ask if they can donate vegetables to the charity table. What a kind thing to do. She helps them choose vegetables that are nice and ripe. Leon, Carly, and Grandma are truly super citizens. And now they're off to the pool.
What can you do to be a super citizen?
Okay. So, our essential question: how can being a good citizen make a difference to others? In this video, Leon and Carly decided to help their grandmother take care of the community garden. They were on their way to the pool, but they decided to stop and do something kind for their grandmother. The community garden feeds many families. So just by helping their grandmother go to the community garden and water the vegetables and take care of the composting, which, by the way, helps to take care of the environment, right? They are being super citizens in their community and also in their family. Carly recycles the plastic bottle by making sure it goes on the recycling bin. That's also being a good citizen and taking care of the environment. Leon helps another member of the community set up a table where they will give away healthy vegetables to families that are in need. And Leon, Carly, and their grandmother, they're all super citizens because they're helping take care of the community garden. They donate vegetables to other families, and they're also helping to take care of our environment. So think for a moment, what are some other ways that being a good citizen can make a difference to others? If you have some ideas now, that is fantastic. We are going to continue to read more stories. We're going to watch more videos all week long. And by the end of the week, we will have a really, really good detailed answer for how being a good citizen can make a difference to others. Some big idea vocabulary words that were in this video, words that have to do with citizenship: citizen, difference, and kind. We're going to take a look at each of these one at a time. Citizen. Citizen is a member of a community, state, or country, right? And I also said that citizen, you can be a citizen of your classroom community, of your grade level community, of your school community. It doesn't have to be just a huge community like a state or a country. Communities can be as small as a classroom community. Difference. So when people make a difference, they do something that helps others. So if you're making a positive difference in someone's life, you're doing something that is helping them, helping make their life better. And kind. Someone who is kind is nice, caring, or gentle. I think we all know what being kind means. So what's next? You've heard this lesson. So you're going to do just 2 or 3 quick activities that shouldn't take that long. So you're going to need to get out your red reading notebook, go to the next blank page, and write today's date at the top of the page. Please answer these questions as best you can. What does citizenship mean? You can use the knowledge map that I showed you before. You can watch the video again. You can also think about the word belonging and how that works with citizenship. And then what is a citizen? You can use the vocabulary cards as well. So for each of those big idea vocabulary words, I want you to write down the definition and draw a picture to go with each word. And the definition that you write down, it doesn't have to be exactly what is on the card in the lesson. It could be in your own words. That would actually be even better. And then take a photo of your work and submit it with your assignment. We haven't done a video for this yet. The teachers will. Most of you have figured it out either through the assignment or you are sending me a message and attaching photos of your work. So either one of those will work. If you still can't figure it out, that's okay. We'll get it worked out before the end of this week. So that is what I need you to work on from this lesson. The great thing about having a video lesson is that you can watch it more than once. You can stop it. You can start it. You can pause it if you need to read through something again. whatever it is that you need for help. You're going to have more video lessons today. You're probably going to have a phonics lesson today. You're also going to have a reading workshop lesson a little bit later where we're going to read another story about being a good citizen. All right, guys. I hope you're having a great morning so far. Go do your best work, and I will see ya later.